have Dr. Asim Al-Haj and Dr. Nuha Nijm as board members, examination board for the doctorate, and myself, Professor Zahir. Our student, our doctorate student is Anas Abu Ghanem, or Ghanemi, I don't know, Abu Ghanemi, and he will to tell us about himself for 3 minutes, then 15 minutes for the actual presentation. In the meantime, while you talk about yourself, please upload your presentation. Can you do both one time?
I will try. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Professor Zahir, for introducing me. My name is Anas Abu Ghanemi. I am my academic journey with the baccalaureate science start from دكتور يعني الابلود مش عم تعطيني هلا اوكي.
تعرف كيف ولا بتعرف ايش؟
لا بعرف انه ابلود برزنتيشن والمفروض
وبعدين كونفيرم
بس اللوكيشن doesn't appear. Just a minute.
ايش uploading ولا لا؟
Yes, he is. It's uploading.
Your study. Tell us about your study, your work.
Yes, I hold a baccalaureate in academic and administrative science from Malta University in 2013. This was followed by a master degree in public administration and policy from the University of Jordan 2007. And now I am connecting my study at the American International University that we are here to discuss and define my thesis to get, inshallah, a doctorate of management. I am currently the head of Aid Coordination Unit at the Ministry of Planning and International Cooperation. Previously, I was in charge of the UN agencies section at the ministry. From 2013 to 2018, I worked as a senior policy analyst at the Prime Ministry office. My tenure at the Ministry of Planning and International Cooperation from 2007 to 2013 includes several key positions such as a senior coordinator for Jordan's bilateral relation with American countries, and a senior researcher in International Cooperation Department, European Relations Division from 2007 to 2012. Before my public service tenure, I worked as an academic researcher, working in issue analyst in the private sector from 2003 and to 2007. Thank you.
Now, what is your work now? What is your capacity? What is your work now? What do you do?
As I told you in the start, I work as the head of Aid Coordination Unit at the Ministry of Planning and International Cooperation.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Title. This is my thesis title. The title of my dissertation is the role of foreign aid management on economic development in Jordan. First, let me take this opportunity to thank you, Dr. Professor Zahir, Dr. Asim, Dr. Nuh Najm. Thank you for your support, and sincerely, thank you. I appreciate the support and guidance from you. Special thanks to Dr. Asim for his available input and direction contribution that greatly enhanced this significant achievement. This research endeavors to shed a light in multifaction. May I, Doctor, I don't know how, yes, slide 2. And this is my career journey and my academic journey too. This slide, abstract. The research endeavors to shed a light on multifaceted impact of foreign management on the economic landscape of Jordan. The dissertation investigates the role of official development assistant (ODA) management on economic development. The study involves analyzing Jordan foreign aid management methodology, exploring its dynamic, evaluating its effectiveness as outlined in the Paris Declaration, and measuring its impact on the GDP. The data were collected from Central Bank of Jordan, Ministry of Finance, MOBEC, Ministry of Planning, International Cooperation, and Department of Statistics, donors which working in Jordan, OECD, and the World Bank database, utilized a mixed qualitative and quantitative methods in the study. The qualitative approach, entitled Analyzing Previous Literature About the Study Subject and SWOT Analysis to Evaluate the Management of Foreign Aid, while the questionnaire approach used the OECD questionnaire. The findings were validated by the research database and other sources, and statistical methods were employed to test hypotheses using simple multiple linear regression equation. The research found that MOBEC managed foreign aid with proactive approach. MOBEC has developed long-term national plans for comprehensive development and short mid-term operational plan for foreign aid. The ICD, which International Cooperation Department, in MOBEC's organizational structure coordinate external aid and aligns aid with the country priorities. Jordan follow 4 stages for foreign aid management: preparation, negotiation, contracting, disbursements, and control. Jordan securing funds from the diverse set of donors and utilizing strong diplomatic relation for successful development cooperation. It has real impact on bridging the financing gap in the public budget in Jordan. 12 indicators to assess progress in aid effectiveness indicate positive outcome for the impact on Jordan growth during the study period. The research suggests recommendation to enhance the management of foreign aid management in Jordan. The problem statement of this research come from the importance of foreign aid. Foreign aid is critical and important for developing countries' progress. It's work effectively to direct funds to the national priorities and sustainable development agenda for recipient countries. Over the last 20 years, there has been an increasing in the number of aid donors and the total amount of assistance given to developing countries. Foreign aid is an important way to achieve sustainable development and economic social progress. Managing aid is effectively is important for maximizing its benefit and impact, achieving long-term sustainable development, and improving its quality. Research aims to analyze how foreign aid
Anas,
is
move. Anas.
Yes,
there is a disconnectivity between you and the slides. Put the slide that you are talking in about.
I am talking too much about the problem statement, sir.
Okay,
so
but be careful. You don't have
yes.
Anas, you do not have,
I don't have
15
time.
hours. You have 15 minutes.
Okay, sir. While in fact, Jordan has received a lot of foreign aid, it's very important to understand how managing this aid affects the country economic progress. good management of foreign aid can significantly shape a nation's economic path. Thank you. This slide is over. Slide number 5, talking about research question. This is my research question core about the role of foreign aid management on the economic development. So we will explore and analyze how is foreign aid is managed in Jordan, to what and how effective is foreign aid management in Jordan, and to what extent does foreign aid management contribute in the economic development process. Based on that research, we will the research verify the following hypothesis. There is no relationship between foreign assistance and economic development in Jordan. H1, there is a relationship between foreign assistance and economic development in Jordan. And this is the gap exciting knowledge. In fact, most current studies focus on impact of foreign assistance on economic growth and economic development on the structure of the economy from a purely economic perspective. And this study doesn't provide any management model of foreign assistance management from administrative perspective. They didn't examine the role of management in directing foreign assistance toward the economic development process. And this figure show what we are doing, what we are looking for, and trying to bridge the gap in the literature and suggest best way that can be followed to make to increase more the performance of managing the aid. This is my theoretical framework, Doctor. You are always asking about. It's very interesting. In fact, we are talking about inputs, processing, output. Inputs mean donors countries providing assistance in different forms to the recipient country, in this case Jordan. This need aid management to direct this aid to the national priorities to report the economic development and lead the economic growth. With Paris Declaration that the 5 principles that adhere in the Paris Declaration. After that, we will find the output, and the result is economic development, and and it's presentable by economic growth. I was back. Sorry. Field study. In fact, the main field study is MOBIC. And this picture was one of the donors meeting. That's me in the back chair. Minister of Planning International Cooperation with the representative of donors in Jordan. In fact, I make a visit study to others. Donors and Minister of Finance, Central Bank of Jordan, UN, and I make a focus group with international experience. Okay. Analysis techniques. 3. I use this model to try to symbolize the method that I used to answer the question. Qualitative question 1 regarding the management. field study done, interviews done, focus group, and SWOT analysis conducted. Those are a mechanism to ask the first question regarding the aid management. Aid effectiveness, what I do, a questionnaire, I depend on a questionnaire of OECD methodology to measure the effectiveness. It's conducted in 2008 and 2014, but a new one, the last one in the 14. In the hypothesis or the question 3, I realized on OECD and Central Bank of Jordan and the World Bank database and create back to question 2. I forget something. After that questionnaire, I distribute the questionnaire for the donors representative in Jordan. 37 questionnaire was distributed to the representative of donors and IFIs and UN agencies working in Jordan and have office in Jordan. After that, I support the result with the quantitative and qualitative data that I can collect it to support the answers or refuse the answers. In fact, all alhamdulillah, all what we conclude from the questionnaire or the assessment is in line with the quantitative and qualitative data that we are collected. Qualitative, yes, and after that I verified that with the database I created by collecting all data reports from data from MOBIC reports that published in the website, and create access database to analyze this data and find what we are looking for in the specific indicators, 12 indicators in the OECD. After that, question 3, I talked before that we are collecting data from OECD and World Bank and Central Bank of Jordan. After that, I conduct SPSS, analyze it in statistical method, depend on correlation and regression. Support this process by the same database, and we find the result, and we get out with outcomes and recommendation of this study. Doctor, this is the result, or this is this is the answers to research question. Question number 1, MOBIC is responsible for managing foreign aid under planning law number 1024. In fact, this law was inactive during preparing the study. So I have to follow the all updates that happened during our study. However, conduct a systematic manner. MOBIC took a proactive approach to manage aid function. Jordan financing agreement for 75 major projects from 2018 to 2023, totaling 20 billion. SWOT analysis conducted. Aid effectiveness, the assessment findings for the aid effectiveness principle affirm the positive impact on Jordan's situation with an impressive overall average of 70.4%. A strong positive linear regression relationship between ODA and GDP. This is the question 3. And hypothesis, filling the financial gap in a public budget and securing funding for development project. And this is the different يعني figures and articles that show the outcome. The SWOT analysis يعني strategy dealer here for how we can improve the foreign aid management in Jordan, and this is kind of recommendation that we utilized later in the conclusion and chapter 4 and chapter 5 regarding conclusion and recommendation. This is another figure on the right. It's talking about the result of aid effectiveness and 5 principle. Every principle يعني take percentage. The average is 71.4. And the last, this is the equation or formula of GDP, and it's related.
Anas,
yes, sir.
Your time is up, so Arab, يعني quickly finish your work.
This chart is very important chart that's showing that all events paid from donors go to different sector, go to the different projects and priorities that Jordan want to achieve. In conclusion, extensive research on the impact of foreign aid on management development, analyzed the Jordan foreign aid management methodology, evaluated foreign aid effectiveness, the Paris Declaration, found positive roles of foreign aid, Jordan economic development. Jordan secure funds from the diverse donors using strong diplomatic relationship. Foreign aid helps bridge the public budget financial gap. 12 indicators show positive outcome for aid.
Your time is up, Anas. Anas, are you listening? Okay. Your time is up. Wrap it up. Go to the next slide.
Okay.
What's wrong? Go to the next slide.
Okay, this is my recommendation. MOBIC have to set administrative organization by law, establish comprehensive and integrated plan for international cooperation, reconstitute donor coordinating commitments. Sorry, I don't. Yes, thank you, Doctor. Working groups adhere specific terms of reference to situation their work over the next 10 years with national aid policy, evaluate all development partnership strategy with donors, country based on the country new vision, expand Jordan development partners, propose a new organization structure for international cooperation, and this will the end. A lot of recommendations are here, but I want to talk about this recommendation. This what I proposed. يعني proposed organization structure of the administration of international cooperation based on the international best practice that we make it from Tunisia, Egypt, and Lebanon. And thank you very much, Doctor. And I'm eager to listen to your feedback and your concern, question, or anything need clarification. Thank you, Doctor. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Anas. The floor is Dr. Asim's. Go ahead, Dr. Asim.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Anas. A very interesting topic, Anas. I would like to. It's maybe I don't know if you call it like this, but it's probably a controversial topic as well. I'm interested to know about the advantages and disadvantages of receiving foreign aid for any nation, not necessarily Jordan. What are the advantages and disadvantages?
Okay. In fact, I will start from advantages. That's dealer in the my dissertation in chapter 2 in literature review. يعني advantages, it's good story that know that behind this concept is political political issue that the Western and Eastern side trying trying to control countries and make it under their theory and their agenda. From Marshall's plan to Soviet unions, what is the important? Everybody trying to make alliance by using this aid effectiveness. What the important is, UN try to make this aid go through economic interest. The most positive of economic foreign aid is making a good progress in economic development, especially in education, health, and sometimes financing gap. Not all countries, but some countries that have criteria that allowed the donors can push the financial gap. Reforms. Many countries can make economic reforms and make push to start this reforms. Even it's very hard to people, but sometimes I'm not liberalian to say that, but there's countries, developing countries have corruption, have the BFM strategy is not sufficient. All this can be achieved by assistance and by donors using a reform agenda that should be. In fact, one of the negative of foreign aid management is independency. Independency means that make country independency, independent.
Is it independency or dependency?
Yes, sir, independency. So
is it independency or dependency?
No, independency. No, it's independent, because some donors trying to overlap or the agenda, the international agenda of aid effectiveness, and try to push in economic and on political wise or political ways that this aids will not give you anymore if you don't make something that with your relation with that countries, your relation.
So this is dependency.
Yes, sir.
You become dependent.
Yes, and in African countries, it's more corruption, because they there's a lot of study that shows that corruption start from aid, and if this aid doesn't control, national control, has national control and accountability from the government that received aid, it's make corruption. It should be under review of people of that country, parliaments, and all institution responsible for accountability and integrity in that country. A lot of measures that we can talk. It's make a long time, Doctor. Thank you for your question. It's very important, and I hope I answer some little bit of your question during the time running.
Okay, thanks. Anyway, thanks, Anas. Right, I'm here referring to research question 2.
Yes,
where you say you're asking about the effectiveness of foreign aid management in Jordan, right? Now,
yes,
I want you to take me through this question, and of course, you mentioned the Paris Declaration. So I want you to take me through the question, through the literature review, the methodology you used to get answers for this question, and then your analysis and the conclusion. Take me through the journey for this question, briefly.
No problem, Doctor. Thank you for your question. As I mentioned before, this survey was taken from OECD survey that conducted in 2008 and 2014. It's 12 indicators. Some indicators measure more than one principle. Based on 5 principles, 12 indicators based on 5 principles. The first one is concerning about ownership. The question was, to what extent does your organization possess operational development strategy that are in agreement with government of Jordan, aligned with its I think strategic priorities, integrated into medium-term expenditure framework and reflected the annual budget. I have to back to the result on this question. Yes, 81% that assure that they have operational development strategy aligned with the government of Jordan. This is the question regarding ownership, the first principle. After that, alignment principle is more complicated and complex. It's from indicators from 2 to 8. I think to 8 or 7. Let me check, please. Yes, it's 8. Every indicators measure something in alignment. Indicators to reliable Jordan BFM and the procedures. 8 flows aligned on national priorities. Again, strengthening capacity by Jordanian by contracted support, use of country BFM, public financial management, and the country procurement system, avoiding parallel implementation structure. Aid is predictable and tight. Yes, sir.
Anas, tell me about Paris Declaration first. What is the Paris Declaration?
Paris Declaration is the theoretical behind this structure is declaration from more than 122 countries from South and North countries that agreed on 5 principles to enhance or to assure that it is going to economic growth.
When was that? Which year?
In 2004, and followed by other meetings and international commands like Accra and Addis Ababa, and we are the next meeting about this is in Spain, 2025, and as Jordan is conducting inshallah a good paper on this to make it in the inshallah بالطريق السليم.
So in principle, the declaration states what?
Principle, it's 5, sir. Again, it's 5: ownership, alignment, harmonization, and that managing for results and mutual accountability. It's like a management principle, again, with different aspects or with international interest يعني, you know, it's like cooked by international and UN literature and management literature. So it's different kind of it's different kind of principles to achieve the sustainable development required from donors country, and to achieve that donors country given proper and good way to manage this aid to achieve the development agenda. Thank you.
Okay. Now, give me an answer to the question, RQ2, which is research question 2. How effective is management and foreign aid management in Jordan? So what was the final conclusion on that?
The final conclusion after Doctor, I will in fact I present this in the first thing. Doctor, after this I make two ways to conduct this issue. First, I measure the assessment. I make assessment. I distribute a questionnaire for 37 donors country representative in Jordan, working in Jordan. This assessment is from a Likert assessment. Talk about every indicators have a question, direct question to answer, to assessment the operation or the indicators. After that, I conduct a quantitative and qualitative analysis to support or to validate this answers. And every question has methodology to support or to.
Yes, Anas. So I understand that. Give me the conclusion. What is the conclusion?
Conclusion. Jordan.
How effective? So
yes.
Is it highly effective? Not effective? What is their position on that?
In fact, 12 indicators show positive outcome for aid effectiveness with an average 71.4. 71.
Give me a translation to that.
Jordan, okay. Aid effectiveness, there is an aid كيف أقول لك.
It's clear. How effective? Answer the question. How effective? It's very effective. It's not effective. Give me an answer.
It's in the good. Yes. Okay.
Yes, give me figures. You have to translate these figures into
70.
words.
Okay. Yes, 71.4 in the international measurement. It's very good. It's over the international average. In the different indicators, not only this indicator, but the overall.
Again, I ask this question to everybody. If you are to benchmark, who is the best country that in foreign aid management in the world?
Jordan. Right now, after this study, it's clear that Jordan is very. It's not. I will tell you. I will tell you.
From your research, this information should come.
Of course, Doctor. I conduct a comparative study. If you practice, Lebanon, Egypt, Jordan, Tunisia, and I found there is a lot of gaps. Working with 5 principle that dealer in Paris Declaration.
Internationally, who is this should be official? It's an official information based on
yes.
Like they do ranking for best university, best management. This,
in the 2000
officially, what is Jordan's ranking, and who is the top?
In fact, there is no ranking, Doctor. The aims of that report is not ranking the countries. In fact, it's to find.
You don't want to answer, Anas. You don't want to answer. You don't want to answer. Excuse me. When I talk, you listen, please. When I talk, you listen. Dr. Asim asked you 3 times. If you don't want to answer, say I don't want to answer. If you don't know the answer, say I don't know. But don't keep swimming in information that would waste our time. Dr. Asim, we have a limitation of time. If you don't mind, say 3 minutes from now. Okay.
Just
continue.
May allow me to answer that question, Doctor, in a direct way. Nepal and Indonesia and Jordan, Egypt are in the foreign country that make aid effectiveness.
Okay. Okay.
I would say, Dr. Asim, I wish he did not answer. I wish he did. You ask him about the main foreign aid supplier, and then you say Egypt and Indonesia. What is that answer?
Not supplier.
I mean, what is your question, Dr. Asim? What is the main contributor? This is what I understood, isn't it?
No. I'm asking about which country is the best managing foreign aid.
It's and what I am trying to explain is very complicated issue, that ranking the countries, because it's different. Purpose of this report is not ranking countries. Sorry, I don't back again, but it's very complicated issue. And what I tried is to explain that is the situation. I'm sorry for taking time, Doctor.
No, it's okay. Look, always you have to link the title with the problem statement, with the objectives, the research questions. You have asked a question for your research. That question talks about effectiveness. So I'm asking how effective. This is the least you should say at the end, in the conclusion, say, Jordan has, or in the literature, you should make reference to where Jordan stands in terms of effectiveness, because there must be some measures, international measures for that. So where does it stand in terms of management, in terms of the to us, and that is part of your answer to the question, because every research question I should get answers in from the literature, and then you have to tell me for that research questions what methodology you used, and also how you collected the information, what information you collected, and the findings, your findings. Okay, and then the conclusion. Simple, right? That what I was looking for. That's why I said, okay, take me in the journey. So you say to me, I was expecting you to say, okay, well, that is the rank, or this is the position on effectiveness. This is the best country. It's the best country for management because of this 1, 2, 3, and so on, right?
Thank you, Doctor. I do it in overall. If you back to even in my presentation, you show that I'm comparative Jordan with Lebanon and Egypt and Tunisia to find where is Jordan's situation. It's a good idea. I will try to find how we can improve this.
Okay. You put a slide. You put a slide now. Okay. For 1 minute, explain this slide.
This one, I explained before. I will I will explain it again. This is a chart that's trying to find or to follow every pence that paid from all countries, all donors countries and IFIs to Jordan to specific sector, to specific projects and national priorities. And every pence come from go to achieve direct or priorities, Jordan national priorities. So, and I hope it's clear. It's take times to adhere like this, because it's a kind of software and take codes and make and take 2 days to show it like this. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Awesome.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me welcome. Thank you, Anas. Thank you, Dr. Asim. Let me welcome our colleague, Professor Omar Gneber. He's the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering in Benghazi University. He's one of our partners in so many areas. Professor Omar, we have the honor to have you with us here. Let me introduce somebody you did not meet, Dr. Nuha Nejim. She's an economist, and she's one of the examining board in here. Dr. Asim, of course, you know Dr. Asim is our close friend and colleague. And this is our victim today, Anas Ronmi. So we're trying to make sure that he is released. So, Dr. Omar, Professor Omar, I would like you, if you want to, I would like you to put a question or two to Anas to see how it goes. Of course, Prof. Omar is a British graduate from, I think, Bradford University, and he has a very extensive experience in the matter related to management, foreign aid, and so on. So we will give the floor to Professor Omar, and then for two questions. And it's an honor to have him with us. Dr. Asim, any word for Dr. Omar?
Welcome, Dr. Omar. It's great to have you with us. It's nice to see you again. Welcome again. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, Prof. Omar, go ahead.
We can't hear you, Dr. Omar.
Open your mic, Professor Omar. Open your mic from down below. Open your mic from the bottom. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I'm highly delighted to share you this valuable day today. I've been listening since the morning from the first discussion, and I am impressed by the quantity of the information of the candidates, and from the discussion of the professors in this vivas. But the thing I've been used, I'm supervised a lot of, thesis, PhD, and MSc in the field of cervical. I'm amazed to listen that there's no relation between organizational culture and the quality. Yeah, this is a finding. This is a very solid findings from PhD. I need to feel comfortable to hear that this result is okay. You can't defend it in any conference and in any journal, by the way. Sorry, I'm saying that is, but I don't know why the results. Have come in this way by not. There is no relation between quality. I've been teaching quality since 25 years, and I didn't hear that there is no relation between quality and organizational culture. My question, why didn't you use the philosophy of total quality management and how it could be adopted in the field of healthcare?
No, this is Professor Omar. This is another student. That one we have finished. This student is talking about the management of foreign aid and its effect on Jordanian economy.
I see.
That one we finished from. But anyway, it's good to take your remark. We agree on that.
Yes, because the first one is so very strong. Maybe jump to another. You've let them explain their thesis and you start discussing both of them. You mean?
No, Dr. Omar. We have completed that. We discussed the previous one, and we agree 100% with your comments. We have shared the same comment with the student, and we have asked the student to do more analysis, to expand the sample and do analysis again in order to find out, check the results, the authenticity of eligibility of the results and so on. So we've done that.
And this he has mentioned that Jordan is one of the best model in the world.
Concerning managing or the management of foreign aid.
Foreign aid, yes.
Yeah, this is about foreign aid.
I see. No, I have no questions for this. But he has to consider some questions. I mean some consideration.
Yeah, so we can, Prof. Omar, you can wait for us. We will give you the
okay.
I would say the base of some questions.
Okay.
I will
until I find the point to hunt him. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I'm ready.
Dr. Can I take my Can I take my router now? Can I ask before you? Can I?
Sure. Go ahead. Sure, Professor. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because I can't wait.
Tell Doctor, please.
Anas,
yes,
when you say effect on Jordanian economy, the management of foreign aid, this is your title, the management of foreign aid and its effect on Jordanian economy. How did you measure the Jordanian economy improvement or slowdown when it comes to foreign aid? What is your factor parameter? Is it GDP, GNP, or something else?
If I do it directly in economic, there is a lot of factors that affect economic development. But the major thing that you utilized before and the literatures from decades that used GDP as the economic growth or GDP.
Anas, listen to me. Anas, can you hear me, Anas? Can you hear me?
Yes, of course, sir.
Can you hear me, Anas?
Yes, of course.
Answer the question and that's it. Please answer the question.
GDP.
Don't take us in a spin. Answer the question. What GDP, is the factor that determines? Have you considered GDP or GNP?
GDP. GNI. It's GDP. Gross domestic product.
How on earth? What is the definition of GDP and GNP? The main difference between GDP and GNP is the external money that coming from outside. Once it is considered, we talk about GNP, don't us? I mean, is this the case?
Yes, sir. But all literature review that's measure GDP. I know this.
Leave the literature review. Anas, you finished your research. Don't mention the literature review. Tell me your findings. You've analyzed the economy. Have you considered the GDP or did you consider the development of the economy according to the foreign aid in terms of GDP or GNP?
GDP.
Or none?
No, of course GDP, Doctor. I will tell you why if you want, if you allow me.
Why is of course? Okay, I'll leave this comment to Dr. Nuha to answer. But my belief, you should have considered it as GNP because GDP is the domestic product plus the external and international activities that will be encountered in the GDP. How much aid is Jordan getting per year? The total foreign aid. How much money?
If you are talking yearly without humanitarian aids, it's between 3.5 to $4 billion per year.
Why have you excluded the humanitarian aid? Why it is what excluded? Why it is
because it's not aims to create economic development. Humanitarian aid is going to refugee that come to Jordan and going to camps and
do you expect us to agree on this, that the humanitarian aid has nothing to do with the economic growth? It's the money that you pump. It's money that you pump into the country, and it has a direct effect on the economy.
Not in such a way. Yes, it is, but in economic development mean this project going to make a prosperity in that country. There's the refugee issue is international community responsibility, and that's why everybody should pay to their take shoulder in Jordan about this. And in fact, it is negative impact in Jordanian economy, especially with Syrian refugees.
I need you to go faster. We don't have time for this. Now, read the top left figure, 6,057. What is this? In millions or in billions?
6 billion. This is 6 billion and 57,000.
Okay, and this one.
4 billion from World Bank, US dollar.
Okay, I will not go further, but both of these, they are 10 billion. And you told me the whole support of the foreign aid is 4 billion.
This is the Bright study from 2018 to 2023. This is the whole, during the whole 5 years or 6 years that previously aid received from donors country.
Okay, how on earth do you want me to know that? Where is it? Where is it mentioned? Anas, please listen. Anas, listen to my question, then answer. You are not listening. You are answering without understanding my question. Now you put in front of us a figure, and you said that these are the contribution from the foreign aid, and then it's for 5 years or 4 years. How would I know this? Can you tell me how would I know that this is for 4 or 5 years accumulative? How? Where is it? Where does it say that?
Okay. In the presentation, you have totally correct, but in the dissertation, it's clear.
No, you thought that okay, we are talking to some geniuses here, and they will not notice, huh?
Yes, that's fact.
Come on. Okay. Can you read here? Can you read here, please? Can you read this?
Yes, sir. This is
social protection and fighting poverty. Yes, this is humanitarian, and it is included in your work. It is included in your analysis, and it is included as an element of the contribution to the economic growth in Jordan. Anyway, I have to go quickly for the rest. You mentioned that you've done a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is not part of any research that we do. SWOT analysis is a consultative exercise that you go and do it when you do consultation. It is not something that you do when you do a research. Research is something deeper than the SWOT analysis. You do not compound different parameters and say, okay, these are strengths, weaknesses. No, this doesn't work. I have never seen a SWOT analysis inside a dissertation or whatever. Okay, another 2 remarks. For the whole thesis, you did not follow the APA. And something very dangerous that you have done, very uncomfortable. You put so many things, so many paragraphs taken from international reports, and you did not refer it to its original source. I've taken some paragraphs, put it to the internet, and I got the original report. Something regarding the aid, regarding the development. So you did not put the reference as if it was your own words. And this is very serious plagiarism. You cannot do this. You have to refer everything to its original source. For example, page 44, you have so many information in that, pieces of information in that page, and you did not refer it to anybody. This is a sample. I could go further and further. So I need you to go again over your whole dissertation, refer every single thing to its original source according to the APA. Okay, my final because of the time restraint here, my final advice to you is you have to be very clear what are the components of management that you want to test against the development, and redo your conclusions. Your conclusions, 90% of it has nothing to do with the research. When you say extensive, I'll give you an example. Conclusions is something that you should deliver. Come on. Anyway, you'll find that your conclusions do not materialize the results of your research in a way to have the connection between the managing the foreign aid and the output of on the economic development. You've talked a lot about the management side in terms of legal issues, in terms of arrangements, coordinations. We need you to do a stakeholder analysis for this, and we need you to have further study on the components of economic development that you want to have. I'm done. Dr. Noha, go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Zahar. Thank you.
Okay.
And welcome, Professor Omar. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anas, your topic is about foreign aid management and the economic growth. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to be really quick in my notes. In your dissertation, there is no information at all on a foreign aid provided to Jordan. Nothing. And this information is available for you in specific because you're working in the
No. In fact, it's published in the website. Sorry. It's published in the website, MOBIC website. You can find it online right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I found it, but it has to be there in your dissertation. Okay?
It is.
It's not. I couldn't find anything that shows the growth in aid provision for the values, the amounts of aid provided to Jordan.
If you back to page number table 12.
What is it?
Table 12. Table 12, page 128.
You want me to scroll down to 100 something to the tables to know about the case of foreign aid to Jordan? There's nothing. You have to give a very intensive presentation of foreign aid sources, growth rates, a direction of everything about foreign aid to Jordan. Jordan is the 9th country receiving a foreign aid in the world. Okay, that's very important. Okay, because your dissertation is about foreign aid to your country.
Exactly.
You have to give a clear background on foreign aid to your country. Your country has been receiving foreign aid since 1960. Okay?
That's what I do.
Clear information, clear background on foreign aid provided to Jordan. Now, you're in your title, you're measuring the impact of foreign aid management on economic growth. What proxy, what measurement did you use to measure economic growth? Because I found nothing on the economy, on the Jordanian economy. Nothing that shows the GDP growth, nothing that shows the Per capita GDP, nothing. No background at all on Jordanian economy. So what proxy, what measurement, what indicator did you use to measure economic growth?
In fact, if you back to table number 2, it's literature that the whole assistants come to Jordan from 1972 to 2022, including GDP and ODA and GNI. This table is you can find it in
again to the table in 100
table number
something.
2. I think
Yeah, please don't. Okay. Context of the dissertation, not in the appendix. Okay, you have to give us a clear background on the economy. So you would give us a conclusion at the end of the effect, the impact of the management of the foreign development on the GDP, on economic growth. And by the way, if you have read, you have been through the literature review as expected, you would have found that foreign aid is measured, the impact of foreign aid is measured by its impact on a per capita income, because you need to know the impact on the share of individuals of the GDP. You need to take in consideration the population, or otherwise, how would you compare the effect of a foreign aid on Egypt, for example, a country with high population, and Jordan with a low population? You do that by measuring the impact on per capita income. Okay, and it's not mentioned out there in your dissertation, your whole dissertation. Okay. Another point is that your dissertation is about foreign aid management, and in the whole dissertation you've been mentioning foreign aid, nothing on the management. What is your definition of foreign aid management?
Thank you, Doctor. In fact, for first question you're asking about economic.
Yeah, my question now is, what is your definition of foreign aid management?
Doctor, there is a chapter number 2 is full of information about foreign aid management. Even in Jordan, the whole history, it's contained around 200 pages that half of them taking about background of Jordan foreign aid management, and I talked about Henry Fail management and how I adjustment this
presentation. You should be able to give me a clear definition of foreign aid management. Please do.
In fact, if this is the style of our the guidance of presentation, connected or contact me to do this in that way. But if I put all information in the presentation, it will be not a presentation. It will be I maybe I make a mistake doesn't include the comprehensive information in the presentation. But believe me, all information you talk about its literature in my dissertation, even numbers and distribution that you asking for regarding by donors, by year, by.
I can't continue this way.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I'm sorry. The floor is yours. I'm totally.
Anas, look at me, Anas.
Yes, sir.
Anas, look at me. You have 2 ears and 1 tongue. So listen twice and talk once. Please let Dr. Nuha finishes her question. We have a serious issue here, and you have to appreciate that. You have the management on one side. It's like a limb, like Araj. you have a management issue, you covered partially, and then the economic outcome, and you did not cover. It was not clear in your dissertation. So by having Dr. Noha as an economist, she told you that please tell us where to find the economic side of your work, whether it is per capita or GDP, GNP, whatever factors. You did not answer. And actually, to be frank with you, I'm not an economist, but I did not find it also. So let Dr. Noha finish her deliberation, her questions, and then you answer. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Noha.
Thank you, Professor. Well, in this dissertation, I couldn't find any management, any economics. He's talking about the aid effectiveness. Well, it's not mentioned. He's not focusing on the topic of his dissertation, the management. What does he mean by management? Because what we know is that, as Professor Asim mentioned, that countries, recipient countries of foreign aid, do not have the freedom to administer their or manage the fund they are receiving. There are usually restrictions that would prevent their management, their ability to manage the fund as free as they desire. So that's not reflected anywhere in the dissertation. Another issue, in order to have an impact on the economy, there should be a clear explanation of the injections of this fund into the economy. How does it affect the production? We all know that foreign aid providers usually have restrictions on the distribution of the imports or supply of their anything that is paid for. It goes back to their countries. Okay, the source of origin should be from their countries. Okay, if you're having an American aid, it should be all the equipment and anything that you're using should be coming from the United States. They do not allow for foreign purchases, only in exceptional time. So there is nothing in the dissertation that shows the injection of this foreign aid into the Jordanian economy. How does it affect the production? Nothing. So if we're considering the impact on economic growth, then we have to indicate clearly what do we mean by economic growth? What are the sectors that are receiving the foreign aid, and how does it affect on the economy? Does it have a real impact on the economy or not?
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
There are many comments in the dissertation itself. Please go back, read the literature. There are many articles, studies have been done on this topic that you haven't mentioned. You're referring to a video here, to a media source for the definition of economic development, and this is not scientific. Okay. For the definition of economic development, you have to use reliable scientific source. The methodology used is definitely not the one that should be used in any foreign aid impact dissertation. So please go back to literature, read about your topic as much as possible, and then rewrite the whole thing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Najam. But what I mentioned in the limitation of this research is I'm trying to take a look in this case in management perspective. So I know and appreciate your input in economic view that always I consider it as important. But if I take PhD or doctorate in economic, it should be like you ask and more. Thank you very much for your important input.
This has nothing to do with economic, the differences in scopes or in the majors, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Naha. Dr. Omar, you have the floor if you want to ask one or two questions. Go ahead, Dr. Omar. Professor Omar. Open the mic, please.
I'm fully agree with Dr. Naha, because there's a quite difference between measuring the foreign aid effect on the economic development on Jordanian economy, and the measuring the foreign aid management. When you are talking about foreign aid management, I think you have to a lot of methodologies has to be used to concern the economic analysis, impact evaluations, and there is a lot of case studies has to be considered, qualitative research. When we are going to, this is my opinion. I'm fully agree, because for example, key indicators should be considered in measuring the foreign aid management and its effect on the economic development. Maybe there's a lot of indicators like aid effectiveness and economic impact and governance and institutional capacity. So concern, for example, for instance, governance and institutional capacity, like the corruption perception index and public financial management, a lot of things you see, civil society participation, to conclusion that you have reached as a PhD holder to a very solid, contribution for your research, to get the degree that by saying Jordan is the best, for example, achiever of the economic growth concern the foreign aid management instead of the foreign aid in itself. This is my opinion. You could consider it, but something has to be added, because it's valuable thesis and needs to be prolonged a while and rewritten in some portion here and there to make it very strong. This is your field, and I'm hopefully hoping all the best for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. My final question. Thank you, Professor Omar. Thank you very much. My final question: are these all grants, or some of them are loans?
It's depend on which one. Doctor, the ODA, it's a grant.
The figures.
I explained it in my dissertation.
We've seen on that in your research, in table 12.
In my research, in my database
I'm asking you, direct answer. Are these grants or loans? Grants or loans? Some of them are grants and some of them are loans.
For ODA, it's a grants. For database that I collected, it's a foreign and soft loan and the grants.
You don't collect these data, Anas. This is a fixed figures from specific countries, like USAID, like World Bank, like whatever. Are all these figures that you've shown us on the screen and in your research in table 12, are they grants or loans?
I explained the situation in my dissertation and make that clear that difference between the government of Jordan data and the OECD.
Where is your answer? In table 12, are these grants or loans?
You asked me for complex question, and I asked you're not convinced. But I bought this situation, and really I analyzed this situation in my literature, in my dissertation.
I'll hold you, Anas. I hold you responsible for the following answer. Anas, be careful. In table 12, you have put all the breakdown of different grants. You mixed them together. Are all these figures for the 3 or 5 years in the period from 18, I think, to 23, are they grants or loans?
It's grants and soft loans.
What about the loans? What about other loans from say the monetary fund, صندوق النقد الدولي? Why didn't you include them?
Okay. Ministry of Planning International Cooperation working with all institutions that provide soft loans to Jordan, except IMF and Arabic Monetary Fund. However, it's a very small contribution, while others demonstrate in Ministry of Planning International Cooperation. However, what you are asking about the data, yes, this situation is very complex because it's soft loan. It's have to return to the donors at the end. How we can
can you tell me? Okay. You asked it for yourself. Can you tell me what is soft loan? What is the interest rate and when it is paid back to the country?
Okay, it's between 0 and 4% per year. It's time for 14 years to 35 years. Allowed year it's 3 to 7 years based on condition of loans and agreement with IFIs or donors country. It's contain at least 35% as grants element. And it's very important to any economy that recipients receive this aid, because it's injection foreign currency to their economic. It's make a alternative solution for government to take to financing its financial.
We have another issue here. We have, when you look at the foreign aid, you have to put the classification. This is soft loan. What you mentioned is not a soft loan, by the way. When it comes to 4%, this is what we get from normal banks. Soft loans, or the World Bank under a soft loan, usually it is paid. It should be paid within 10 years with 0 interest. Then after 10 years, there is a 3 or 4% interest on that. And when you go to the other grants, you should specify what is the impact of each loan, because when it comes to the loan of IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the impact is different on the market because of their conditions, and this when it comes the management, and the conditions are different from the US aid when they give you a grant and they don't want you to pay it back, but they put conditions also. They both has different impact on the economic development or the economic situation. Your research is nice, so many parameters, and I think you need to reconsider the points. Okay, I think we will conclude our discussion with Anas. Thank you, Anas, very much.
Thank you very much.
We will be away for say 5 or 10 minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Nohal. Thank you, Dr. Asim. Thank you, Dr.
We will come back to you. Stay around. Stay around. Inshallah. Okay.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have reconvened after, I would say, tough discussions of this examining board regarding the performance of your defense. I would give the floor to Dr. Asim as your main examiner. Welcome again, Prof. Omar. Welcome aboard.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Dr. Nuha, okay, welcome, Dr. Nuha also. As I was saying, we have the deliberation for the discussion of your defense, your viva, Anas. And as I said, it was a tough one. Dr. Asim, as the main examiner, will deliver the decree, and we'll see how it goes. Go ahead, Dr. Asim.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, thank you, everyone, for working hard on this. Thank you, Anas, for putting the effort in your dissertation and in the presentation today. As Professor Zahar said, it is a tough one. Really, the subject itself is a specialized subject, and what we have decided on this is to, before I tell you what the results are. Now, first of all, we decided that because the economy side is heavy on it, so we decided to shift the main examination responsibility from myself to Dr. Nuha. Because of her specialization, she's specialized in economy and economic subjects. Now we have really a number of concerns in relation to your work. many concerns expressed during the Viva, and for you and for us, of course, to get something more substantial, more beneficial to the world and to Jordan in particular. Our decision is to pass with major corrections. Congratulations on the pass, and you have to work with Dr. Nuha on the corrections. We believe there are a number of key issues that you have not addressed in the dissertation, and for sake of completeness, you need to do them to come up with a much better product at the end. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations, Anas. We need to find also a conclusion at the end that would address the whole problem statement, that would give a mechanism for anybody who wants to judge a foreign aid, what are the management specific criteria, dimensions, and how it does affect each one, how it does affect the economic side. When it is a soft loan, how from say World Bank, how it does the effect on the economy. And as said by Dr. Nuha and Dr. Asim, you need to be specific about what do we mean by the economic situation or development. Dr. Nuha?
Anas, I hope you work hard on improving your dissertation, and I'll try my best to guide you as much as possible to improve the whole thing, to satisfy the topic itself that you're talking about. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Dr. Omar, any word, Dr. Omar?
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations, Dr. Anas, and hopefully you take the notices of the examiners with a wide heart, and congratulations for getting your PhD. After the correction would be made, and it will be valuable, and you won't regret it when you made it. Believe me.
I'm sure that.
Those experts, thank you very much.
Barakallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yalla.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Our final one now is